I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Some weeks ago I was telling you about my recorder group that we've called Fipplers 3, even though there are 4 of us. And we've got badges and we have newsletters and we've got a tote bag, but of course the main intention is to play the thing. And I've noticed that as you start into this world of all things recorder, you just keep collecting, don't you? I started off with my original treble that I just found at the back of the wardrobe, and I remember buying it years and years and years ago from a second-hand shop, and I gave it a good scrub and I started playing it, and then it languished some years and I've dug it out again. And so I thought, oh well, it's a bit nasty really, it's very old and I can see marks from previous use. And so the plan was that I would replace it, and so I bought a new one. So this is my first, this is Cordelia, and then they all have to have names, of course, don't they? And then I replaced it, as I thought, with this one, which is a new, it's kind of a resin composite that replicates the rosewood effect, and it's a lovely rich warm tone in comparison to the plastic, which is quite bright. And that's why I've ended up keeping both, because I like both tonal qualities. It depends what I'm playing and what mood I'm in. And so this was my replacement that's now just added to the collection, and this is called Rosalind. So this is my new one. And then my friend, oh, I need a stand, I think, don't I? And then my friend gave me this tenor. And I found that although it's a bit of a stretch, I found that I got on okay with this, perhaps easier than I've taken to the treble, although I've done more practice on the treble, because this is the same as Descant fingering, which is very similar to flute. So I could just kind of drop into this pretty easily. However, I dug out an old book as well. So loads of these recorders, like my first one and this one, are pretty old. I wouldn't say they were exactly vintage, but they're quite old, I think. And then I dug out this, which perhaps brings back bad memories for many of us. However, it's not to be underrated, really. In fact, I love one of the illustrations in this, where it shows some Renaissance recorder players, and you'd sit playing at a table, wouldn't you? You didn't have music stands, but I'm shocked at the posture of this player particularly. So I've worked my way through this just to refresh my memory on the Descant fingering, even though it's on a treble recorder. So I've enjoyed that, and it seems that when you start on recorder you just end up playing them all, I think, don't you? However, I hadn't got a Descant, and then I went to visit a dear friend from choir, and she gave me her recorder, her Descant recorder. This is a Dolmetsch, and she must have had it for years upon years upon years. And you can see the price here, and I think, is that 12 shillings and 9pence? Don't know. And so this is the real McCoy vintage recorder. And as I looked at it, I was showing my friend. I'm so thrilled with it. I absolutely love it. You can see it's kind of like really heavy. I'm thinking, well, it's not wood, but it's too heavy to be plastic. And then my friend told me, she says it's Bakelite. I thought, oh yeah, I remember that they did make them from Bakelite, not that I ever had one myself. Back in the vintage quality instruments, it's even got corked joints rather than just greased. So it's got corked joints there. And this box just keeps giving. So it's all in its original box. And we've got the original paperwork here with the fingering chart. And it's even got some little bits of music. And you can tell that my friend was a good student. Of course she was. I know that she was. But here, this little box just keeps on giving, because here is the pencil that she used to take to record practice with her. And even this pencil brings back so many memories. Do you remember those pencils where you'd write your name and class number? And this pencil is probably as old as the recorder, so it's going to stay. I said to my friend, so do you want the pencil back? And she said, no, it's all part of the package. And so I've got a vintage pencil with a vintage Bakelite recorder, and the paperwork and the box and everything intact. and it's such a beautiful, beautiful instrument, and I'm so grateful to my friend for giving it to me. And so you see that the habit develops, and I collect. So what was supposed to have been a replacement ends up as addition, and then there's another addition, and there's another addition. But what I really love about this little collection of recorders, I've got original vintage, which is just beautiful, and then, you know, some old hand-me-downs, as it were, right through to a brand new resin composite. I'm so enjoying the whole package of playing recorder, all things fippling. It seems that it's just getting the bits and enjoying the whole part of the journey is all part of the process. Of course, I need to play it more, and I've been working through the ABRSM scales and some of the exam pieces, and I'm working through the grades, and I just wish I could give it a little bit more time, but you know, it's a hobby, it's a pastime, and I'm really enjoying it. And I'm so grateful to my friend for that beautiful vintage recorder. It's such a treasure. Thanks for listening. Bye.